Welcome back to Hidden Agendas, aka Vox Terra. In fiction, especially thrillers, we often see those characters who want to bring in a utopian, environmentally friendly world where no one is left hungry and there is peace. Depicted as secretly the villains, part of a nefarious plot. And that portrayal serves to defend status quo by vilifying activists. Case study: Netflix bodies a 2023 sci-fi action thriller time travel drama. The hook: 4 detectives, bit of a spoiler by the way, in 4 different time periods discover the same body.
What's your story, eh?
Notably, all 4 detectives could be considered from, quote, marginalized groups, close quote. One gay, another Jewish, another Muslim, all those 3 dealing with persecution or prejudice within their respective time periods. We encounter the Muslim detective in the year 2023, assigned to monitor a racist rally in Great Britain.
Detectives, I appreciate you coming at short notice. Now, I'm going to need you to show some presence here at the perimeter, all right? We have orders not to engage unless directly provoked. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Good. Come on.
The detective in the future appears to have a handicapping condition, but she's not dealing with any discrimination or handicaps as she has a robotic augmentation.
So, whose blood was it?
This future detective lives in a world that the directors clearly want us to see as a dystopia, portraying, masquerading as a utopia. She drives an electric vehicle.
My yesterday was blue, dear. All of you, dear.
Her building employs trailing lights, presumably to conserve energy.
Welcome home, Iris.
From her window, she can see a holographic whale, hear synthetic birdsong, and listen to uplifting slogans like, "I've got you, we've got each other."
I've got you. We've got each other.
And as she sits at her refrigerator, her AI system scolds her, if you will, that she is wasting energy.
You have garlic, carrot battens, and 1 jar of hummus. Temperature loss and energy waste increasing with the duration of your decision.
And this brighter, cleaner world that seems somewhat reminiscent of the United Nations was ushered in by a massive bomb blast.
We just heard this boom, like the whole world shook. Then darkness and screams.
The lights burnt my eyes. I couldn't see for 3 days. When my sight came back, everything had changed.
What I remember most, though, was how the country came together. We were one again, united.
They're even, quote, stronger together.
We're stronger together.
Hillary Clinton's slogan, I believe. And in case the audience does not get it by now, this stuff is actually bad. The directors depict a scene with the leader of this UN-esque world, accompanied with ominous music.
The crowd at Memorial Park in London were honoured to be led by very special guest, the founder of the executive, our beloved Commander-in-Chief.
When we're united, there's no limit to what we're capable of.
Well, it is in my experience that bombs going off are not taken as opportunities to usher in peace and unity and environmental consciousness. They have been taken as opportunities over my lifetime to usher in more war, ethnic cleansing or some form of it, and the doubling down of fossil fuels.
America will never seek a permission slip to defend the security of our country.
Associating energy conservation, electric vehicles, a society that cares about its citizenry and peace, with AI surveillance and a nefarious plot, mirrors what I consider fake conspiracy theories I've encountered online or even from people repeating them. Claims that climate change action is not about the climate or the environment, it's about control. Or arguments that a system of national health care is a socialist conspiracy. Those false conspiracy theories that seem to be mirrored in this show serve to defend status quo. They serve to protect the fossil fuel petrochemical industry, the health insurance industry. Defaming peace activists serves the defense industry. And just singling out AI when it is used for something good, like protecting the environment, ignores or distracts from our daily reality with AI or big tech. We are under a system of what one author called surveillance capitalism. All of our data being gathered, we're targeted, we're at risk of being hacked. We've lost our privacy. And you could argue that homelessness itself creates a fear factor among the public, making them more stressed out and less likely to sit back and question the system and become activists. Slight spoiler here, 3 out of 4 of those detectives, pretty much right off the bat, realize there is a nefarious plot, something bad, and they're working to foil it. But especially that detective in 2023, who she works directly to stop that bomb from going off.
14th of July, today.
I'm pretty sure the voice belongs to the financier called Sir Julian Harker, who died in 1941. He was the founder of Harker & Co. Bank, and was the head of some sort of doomsday cult.
Well, what signal does that send to groups of people who identify as marginalized? It sounds to me like it signals don't trust the left, or don't trust what I call the true left, those questioning a system where we are dominated by these massive business interests and wealthy individuals. In the real world, that signal mirrors the attacks we saw on Bernie Sanders, Democratic Socialist Bernie Sanders, during the 2020 Democratic primary by individuals who could be seen as coming from, quote, marginalized, close quote, groups. CNN's Anderson Cooper, Democrats Jim Clyburn, and notably Pete Buttigieg.
Opportunity to get my message out, and I think what Americans saw was 2 different visions. One is Senator Sanders' vision, that we have to go all the way to one side, that you've got to be agreeing with him or you must be for the status quo. Mine is different, a way to hold to our progressive values and pull more Americans with us.
And the writers let us know that the real threat to democracy, the true threat, is actually from those calling for unity and an end to division.
Why choose division and suffering over unity? As if democracy was some sort of sacred ideal.
So I suppose by default, at least at the subconscious level, that implies that leaders calling for some form of ethnic nationalism and the doubling down of fossil fuels are at the least sincere.
He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, no, other than day one. We're closing the border, and we're drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator.
In one scene, that handicapped detective of the future still defends this new world, having a debate with what spoiler here, is the living version of the body to be found in the past. A time travel thing.
I'm not saying what we have now is perfect, but it's better than what came before the bomb. Banned politicians sucking the planet dry to keep the rich fed and sated. No one caring if you live or die. Anything different was a weakness used against you. Now, there's order, peace. Your lungs can breathe and people care.
By portraying the language calling for clean air and language sounding reminiscent of Bernie Sanders, AOC, Democratic Socialists, Occupy Wall Street, implying people talking that way have been suckered, what message does that send? And the character she looks at to let the audience know this is all a scam looks at her like she is the most pathetic thing.
Well, you okay?
Yes, sorry. I need to go to the bathroom. Hey, I just want to let you know, I've truly enjoyed your company this evening, and I'm really, really glad I met you.
And this multi-generational time travel plot to usher in this new world was orchestrated by wealthy individuals and some type of banking interest.
Oh, that is definitely him. Good God.
You recognize him?
Well, you don't. You even read the papers.
Not your rag. Who is he?
That is Sir Julian Harker, one of the wealthiest men in the city.
Excellent.
Again, mirroring those false conspiracy narratives I often come across, portraying the Green New Deal or a green society as actually a big plot funded by banks. In reality, it's closer to that it's the banks that are funding the fossil fuel industry. That's why so many true climate activists have actually chained themselves to banks, which in turn, that fossil fuel industry or elements within it then uses their money to lobby and promote their product and prevent or block the implementation of a greener transition and fund disinformation, which filters its way up into fictional dramas like this one. You see, banks and the economic system as it is structured has little incentive towards less consumption, towards peace. And in reality, most plots where they exist to protect the way someone is making money by the way they are making it. Yet so many movies portray those wanting to bring in a better world, usher in changes, secretly the villains, which is contrary to reality. But it sends the signal to the public, don't trust those activists, go ahead and be apathetic, or channel your activism, your anger, at a foreign country or some outnumbered group of people. And that, in turn, defends status quo. Well, hey, I hope you found this video helpful, interesting, enlightening, and if you did, please make sure you've subscribed to my channel, you've clicked that notification bell so you know when I'm putting up a new video. You're commenting, you're liking, all that should help promote this show in the algorithm. And you're considering, or better yet, joining my couple of patrons at Patreon. Thank you, Bella Grussi and Environmental Coffee House. Because this show has been a massive consumption of time and come at a great opportunity cost for yours truly. And as always, as we utopianists say, until next time, peace be with you.